Hey everybody, welcome to 13 News at noon on this Wednesday. I'm Dustin Grove. We start with March Madness. We're just days away from the Sweet 16 here in Indianapolis inside Lucas Oil Stadium, and that means thousands of basketball fans are going to be in town. Now there's a bold message being shared across the state, a very important message. New billboards raising awareness about sex trafficking. Sadly, law enforcement officials say it happens during major events like this. So a group called Rights for Girls is working with 8 cities hosting NCAA basketball games that may be targets for sex trafficking. So you're going to see these digital billboards right here to spread the message. Organizers say large sporting events are a hotbed for sex traffickers, primarily men trying to exploit women.
This isn't harmless behavior. These aren't, as one of the billboards says, shy guys who can't get a date. And really to dispel with some of those myths about sex buying and patronizing, to really make clear that this isn't harmless behavior.
And far from it. Right now, there are 2 digital billboards up locally. One of them is on Indy's east side. You'll find it along I-70. And part of 465. That's where the other one is, along 465. We're told these billboards are also up in Cleveland, Milwaukee, and Atlanta, among others, also hosting March Madness games. Human trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar worldwide industry, and for the last several years, an Indiana lawmaker has been working to try and prevent it right here. Our 13 News State House reporter Emily Longnecker explains how.
Yeah, this bill is from Democratic State Representative John Bartlett, who's been working on this issue for several sessions. The bill is House Bill number 1416, and basically the original bill would require gas stations to put in their bathrooms posters that talk about human trafficking and have a hotline number on those posters so that victims can call for help. But this original bill saw quite a few changes today in this Senate committee. 2 changes were made to the bill in the Senate's Corrections and Criminal Law Committee. The first is a change to wording in the bill. Instead of the bill saying gas stations shall put up notices in the bathrooms, meaning the law would require it, some lawmakers voted to change the wording to may put up notices, meaning it's no longer required, but up to gas stations and convenience stores to decide if they want to hang up flyers or stickers, alerting customers to the problem of human trafficking. One witness representing Indiana's convenience stores testified some stores were already doing this in some form, but not all. Another amendment added massage parlors to the list of places that may hang up notices about human trafficking. The bill still requires state-owned rest areas to display human trafficking awareness posters, including in restrooms at rest stops. The bill also requires employees at restaurants and hotels to receive human trafficking awareness training from the Department of Homeland Security so they can spot when someone is a trafficking victim. The bill's author, Representative Bartlett, didn't agree with some of the changes to the bill, saying he thought the best place for the posters was in bathrooms so human trafficking victims could see them without anyone knowing.
The one time when you are alone, away from your handler, away from your transporter, you get to go to the bathroom by yourself. So when you go in the bathroom and the person who had been trafficked testified, you learn to memorize things. And you memorize that number, and as soon as you get to a place where you feel is safe, you call that hotline number, and you can get help right away. And so, why wouldn't we put those posters in bathrooms? Why should we want to water that down is my question.
And Bartlett said he was not happy to see some of the changes that happened with this bill, but said he was happy to see it continue through the legislative process, which it is. He wasn't the only lawmaker today not happy to see some of the changes with House Bill 1416. In fact, Democratic State Senator Greg Taylor said that he plans to offer some amendments to this bill when it gets before the Senate on second read. At the Indiana State House, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Emily, thank you. Also from the State House, a growing debate over marijuana advertising here in the Hoosier State. But it's not about whether pot should be legal or not. This all has to do with what exactly is free speech. It has to do with billboards. An amendment was added onto a House bill that would ban marijuana advertising on billboards. The bill's author, State Representative Jim Pressel, testified about the number of billboards he sees in his home county that advertise for marijuana dispensaries just over the state line. However, the amendment is receiving pushback because critics say it limits free speech.
We've got billboards all over the place that say, come to my store and buy this. We have trucks, mobile billboards that drive around and sit in front of our parks. That's unacceptable, and it sends a mixed message to the consumer that this product is legal in Indiana, which it is not.
Anybody have one of these? All you have to do is Google nearest dispensary, and that will pop up and it'll give you all kinds of dispensaries closest to you. It'll tell you how to get there. It'll tell you what their products are. So when everybody has this in their hand, I see that as a greater threat, actually, than a message on a billboard.
We could hear more debate like that if the amended bill goes before the full Senate. Our Emily Longnecker's following it. She'll let us know as soon as there's movement on that. Also, Governor Braun has signed his first bills into law since taking office. Among them, a bill clarifying Indiana's 25-foot rule. This is also called the encroachment law. It passed 2 years ago, created a 25-foot buffer zone around police officers at crime scenes. But it's not currently being enforced because there were several legal challenges. Supporters say this new bill clarifies some of the so-called vagueness of the original bill cited in those legal challenges. It says an officer now can ask someone to back up 25 feet if they believe the person's presence is interfering with the officer's work. This new law goes into effect July 1st. All right, to the weather now on this Wednesday afternoon. But it's just one of those weeks, Rob, where you've got to remember the sunglasses and the raincoat and
yes,
umbrella.
It's a little bit of everything that's in our forecast. Today, I think we even have a chance for showers today, but the better chance is going to be tomorrow. That's when we're really going to ramp up the rain chances, and by the weekend, we'll put the coats away for a little bit as the temperatures are expected to warm up.
So a chance for rain today, huh?
Yeah,
it's sunny out right now.
I know, it looks beautiful. In fact, let's go ahead and take you outside and show you what it looks like. Looking pretty good. Conditions are great. We do have temperatures that have been warming up. We had a lot of moisture in place because of the patchy fog and a little bit of frost that happened this morning. We have temperatures currently now climbing into the 50s for many of you. Some reporting sunshine, some a mix of some sunshine and some clouds, especially the farther south and west you go. We've been noticing that. By the way, watch this satellite image. Watch the fog that really evaporates as we get into the afternoon. We expect the sunshine to really help move the temperatures back into those mid-50s. But I think once we get into the afternoon time frame, we couldn't rule out an isolated shower. I just don't want you to be caught off guard. Most of your day, I think you're going to be dealing with partly cloudy skies, very similar to what we're dealing with right now, but I don't want you to be caught off guard by a stray shower this afternoon. 54 for our high temperature today. We've got 70s in the 7-day forecast. Dustin, I'll talk about those coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Rob. Thank you. An Indianapolis man is in court today after police say he set his own house on fire to collect insurance money. The fire happened last April near Franklin Road and Edgewood Avenue. Here's video from the scene. Police arrested the homeowner, Gurpreet Singh, in Ohio, then brought him back to Indianapolis. Investigators believe he set fire to his home so he could collect over $400,000. This isn't the first time he's had a run-in with the law. Singh is accused of shooting another man at a Sikh temple on the south side during a dispute in February. His trial in that case is set for May. A suspect is in custody after police say they stole an ambulance on Indy's east side over the lunch hour yesterday. EMS crews were eating lunch when one of them called 911 after noticing their ambulance was gone. Take a listen here.
Patrol ambulance 20, ambulance 20. Someone just stole our ambulance. Clear. Which way are they headed?
Don't bring your car. We have our car up here.
They're going down 21st, but I'm not quite sure which way. Clear. We'll notify police.
The suspect took the ambulance from a parking lot near East 21st Street and Shadeland, hit another car on North Arlington, and then got out and took off on foot, abandoning the ambulance when it had a flat tire. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, and the suspect was arrested a short time later. New at noon, Indianapolis travelers will soon have a low-cost flight option straight to New York's LaGuardia Airport. Spirit Airlines just announced new nonstop service starting September 5th. That flight will operate 4 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. The flight is available for booking right now. You can find it on spirit.com. To Westfield now, where we are taking a closer look at construction plans coming up in the next few months. Drivers beware, this is not going to be a quiet construction season in Westfield. We're talking about 5 new roundabouts. The city engineer says the goal is improved safety, but that work will impact drivers. You can see all of the intersections right here on this map. We're told most of them will be full closures, but no more than a couple of months. City leaders say it'll be worth it. Some businesses, they're worried.
Bear with us and respect the detours while we work. We're going to try and get everything open as soon as we can.
I'd be lying to say that I wasn't a little concerned with the full closure of it, especially during what we anticipate to be our peak months of the year.
The city also plans to improve 3 trails there, plus work to redefine downtown and State Road 32. That's scheduled to begin early next month. We've got the locations and all the dates on WTHR.com.